Look, y'all have heard the saying, white men can't jump. They even made a whole movie about it. Basically, stereotypes, they're prevalent in basketball sometimes. Another one is short guys can't hoop, which sometimes it's true, like in my case, and in many other cases. Um, it's a disadvantage in basketball to be short. But what if I told you that my favorite player in college basketball, the short king, Zakai Ziegler, has made it work and actually uses height to his advantage sometimes, which is crazy to think about, that your purported biggest weakness could be your best strength. But Zakai Ziegler, the short king, my favorite player in college basketball, has leveraged that. And he's the most impactful player. I'm not going to say the best player because it's Chaz Lanier, but he's on All-American watch lists, and he's on a team that just made it to the SEC championship. So, obviously, here are all the accolades for Zakai Ziegler. I mean, if you would have told me a 3-star, 5'9" player out of Long Island, New York would be a 3-year starter and guy who's going to get his jersey in the rafters at Tennessee, probably wouldn't believe you, especially if you would have told me that he would go through so much while at Tennessee. Of course, in his sophomore year, was having a great year, but then tore his ACL. That took a really long time to recover from, as ACL tears do. And his game is mainly based on quickness and just speed and athleticism. And sometimes an ACL tear can be scary because you don't know how you're going to recover from that. But he made it all the way back and got stronger through it. Also, the story of, his mother, how her house, I think her house burned down. And, Volunteer Nation helped move her into a new house. Just such a heartwarming story. This guy's absolutely incredible. 4-time All-SEC defensive team, 2-time SEC Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah. Normally, sometimes players that are shorter, it's like, they can't play defense. But Zakai Ziegler is, in my opinion, maybe behind Ryan Kalkbrenner, certainly the best defensive guard in America. He gets up into you. He can slide his feet with the best of them. He's just truly a defensive menace. But he started to do it on the offensive end as well, which, in combination with his defensive feats, has earned him 3 All-SEC selections, 1 on the second team, and then 2 on the first team. Still not a great three-point shooter, but in this SEC tournament, you've seen he can pour on the points just from getting to the rim and finishing over taller defenders. He's also a great free throw shooter as well, which helps. And, yeah, in case you doubted Zakai and you doubted his talent, Evan Mia, who's the most analytical guy in the college basketball sphere, shout out to him. He ranks Ziegler as the 8th best player in college basketball. So that's saying something. If you're a top 10 player on any site, Zakai Ziegler is a Tennessee legend, and I hope he can go far in the tournament. But he's doing all this at 5'9", right? And normally that would be a limitation for folks. Some people might choose another sport even though they're talented at basketball because they're short. And you've heard the saying over and over, basketball is a tall man's game. The average height of an NBA player is like 6'8". Average height of a D1 player is like 6'4". In the SEC, it's probably closer to 6'5" or 6'6". But Zakai has made it, man. He has become a genuine pro at 5'9", and the list of them, it isn't much. And if you know the short college basketball players, they just have to work 10 times harder and be very, very talented to make it to this point, especially a high major SEC school, top 5 in the country. But Zakai has made it. He's my favorite player. I love Zakai. Even though people say I hate the Vols, I'm cheering for y'all.